Well, the premise of the tournament is simple. Every team, of course, is striving to make the latter stages. That's where they all want to be. No doubt these two harbour very similar ambitions. A good show here, absolutely crucial. There is a massive sense of expectation emanating from this part of Milan. The giant arena bearing the name of perhaps the finest player ever to don the famous black and blue jersey. It is simply a gorgeous, gorgeous sight. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Nicolo Barella is by all accounts a jack of all trades. I think that's a very good way of describing...
Oh, what? Tries a shot! Oh, he's done it! They willed it, and it happened! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy. Well, here comes a crunch game. So much depends on this. Expectation and nerve. It is indeed a heady mix. Well, you've got to say the Nerazzurri certainly know how to create an atmosphere. 80,000 here in black and blue. The dress code is a strict one. So it's down to business here. Kaká in the side, just about as box office as it gets.
Yeah, I totally agree. He, in many ways, the blueprint of the modern-day number 10, lauded for his simple and very graceful style of play. Really is a player who has the lot.
You come to the game, Eto! Mbappe tries to get it clear, and that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And here's Kaká. Pele. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's Eto'o.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Oh, right place, right time. Nicely shaped ball. Van Bouten cuts out the pass. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Van Bouten tries from a long way out. Belletti. Casemiro. Rijkaard. Casemiro. And it's Cruyff. Mbappe. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Thuram. And it's Scholes. Now it's Szoboszlai. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Pele. Pele is flagged offside. Cruyff. And the pass is intercepted. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Pele. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Kaka. Batistuta. Someone who can always claim to be the most immaculate finisher. Inter Milan finding their passes. Eto'o. Oh, shooting chance! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Oh, he's really looking like he's on the very top of his game here. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Oh, he's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Danger averted for now. Played back to the goalkeeper. Well timed, excellent interception. And it's half-time here. Here we go again then. Scholes. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Mbappe! He could be in here. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Scholes. Now it's Pele. And it's Scholes. Now it's Pele. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Threads one in. Baresi gets over and intercepts. Scholes chasing after it. Now it's Batistuta. He's tried one! Oh, he has leathered that.
Well, we always have to give a reason for it, Peter, but did he hit that too well?
Now it's Szoboszlai. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape.
Oh, no, what has happened here?
Inter have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
And Cruyff! Oh, would you believe it? They willed it, and it happened! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
And there you have it! Well, who would have thought it? The most thrilling of endings.
Well, losing doesn't become...
Well, it is a nervous time, but these are positive nerves. The prospects are so great. The potential, be it financial or reputational, is huge because success in this competition brings so much. And the supporters are here to take it in for themselves and to drive the team on. Truly, this is crunch time. There is a massive sense of expectation emanating from this part of Milan. The giant arena bearing the name of perhaps the finest player ever to don the famous black and blue jersey. It is simply a gorgeous... Oh, they could be caught out here! Pele! Oh, he's won it! The goal to end it all! That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Oh, it was a real...
Well, hello and welcome for the first time this season to everybody around the world. And we have for you a clash of two teams with very similar intentions. A statement win at the expense of the other would be the ideal scenario for both. A flying start is certainly required. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So it's down to business here.
There's a player below us, Peter, that I've always admired. Franco Baresi, a defender with wonderful composure and discipline.
Yeah, I'm surprised by your assessment there.
Yeah, one of the great liberos. His intelligence put him on a level higher than the rest.
Batistuta! Oh, he's done it! The most decisive of all goals! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking.
So what a sight this is. Another edition of this proud competition, just seemingly bigger and better still. Faces, of course, have come and gone, but some things never change. Those first day feelings, new hopes, new expectations, and the belief that maybe, just maybe, this time it will be your turn. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Thibaut Courtois. He's a huge presence between the sticks, and that's not just because he's 6'6", Peter. He's got great reflexes, wonderful positioning, and he's a strong defence.
Solid! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, let's just consider that one a rangefinder, Peter. It certainly wasn't troubling the goalkeeper.
Nicely weighted ball. Can he get it through? Looking for options for movement. Chance! Goal! Barcelona! The breakthrough strike! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay...
And a chance! Brahim Diaz! That's brilliant! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And the lead lost no time at all.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
And he stuck it away as if laser guide. Oh, what a mistake! And the finish! He's done very well to get to that.
That'll earn him a few high fives. Probably feels he could have been better protected, though.
Madrid with the corner. They're first. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. That's a little off target. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Now that's well seen too. Rodrigo! Referee has taken his time, but it is going to be another corner. Madrid have their second corner now. Terrific header! He's missed, but not by that far.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next.
Rodrigo! Howson going vertical. That is a great pick out. Face to... And the shot! Goal! Barcelona! And they're back in front. We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Peter, I can tell you, that was nothing short of a cold-blooded execution.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. Brahim Diaz.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
He won't be happy with that one. Brahim Diaz. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. And he's going to have his name taken.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
Xabi Alonso with a real chance here. And this, an opportunity to pull level. Alonso! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Lovely bit of skill. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Played in, but there's the header! That's a half-decent try.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
Rudiger makes the interception. And it's Diaz. And there's green grass ahead of him. And he's there to belt it away. And he's heaved it away. Searching pass he's played there. Oh, that's a key interception. And the half-time whistle goes. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football, and it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
And we are already promptly back underway.
It's not easy being down in situations like this. I know.
Shot a goal! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And he was quick to react. Xavi Alonso. Rodrigo. He's been charged for a shot! There's a goal! Once more they've done it! They just will not lie down!
Yeah, and it's very much deserved in the circumstances. In these games, it's so tempting to maybe get a little sorry for yourselves, but there's none of that.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Quite a thriller this one's become.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
That's a good ball. Can he finish? They want to be quick to recover this. Oh, he's been caught napping. It's a good-looking delivery. Cleared without complication. Guti. Great vision. Can he finish? Well, now it's a race for the ball. Camavinga gets rid without sophistication. And that is a little undercooked. And here's Mbappe. Played into space. Well, that has not gone well. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Here's great chance! Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. It's loose now and they want to get it back.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Whistle's gone, that's foul. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. Well, this may not be the kindest angle for a direct hit. Oh, smart save. He had plenty to do.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
Oh, what has happened here? And it's Azar. He's having a shot! Oh, it's in! And that may just do it! Just gorgeous, the most glorious, delicious of touches, followed up with an unerring finish.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
Tries a shot! There's a goal! We thought it was over! It's all square once more! Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision.
90 minutes up, and we will be back for extra time.
Well, there was very little between the sides all the way through, so extra time is the correct next step.
Well, fitness and fatigue, the key factors now as we head for extra time. And the action has already restarted. Madrid conceded an equaliser. He's been bundled over, that is a foul. He knew what was coming, that's a yellow card. He does seem to be in considerable discomfort. I do hope it's nothing serious.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
Alaba having a look.
Well, it's a little too ambitious to go directed goal from here, I think.
Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, such a clever touch. And it's made its way to him. Bellingham with the delivery. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Solot. And it's Alaba. Well read, nice interception. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Looking for the run. And he's quick to get it clear again. Can he get on the end of this? He's on it. Can he get away? Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Now it's Azar. And he gets big! Oh, yes! It's there! Late in the day, this could well be it! We've reached the midway point in extra time. Well, both teams have run themselves into the ground out there. Does anyone have one last moment of magic in them? And so the last chance to find a winner. They have given it everything. It's been grueling. But who will be standing at the very end? Goes for a shot! He scores! And he's got what he came for, his 20th goal. Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Madrid take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now. And surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that.
He's had a shot! And it's there! And they are cruising away. Madrid grab a 3-goal lead. It's just too easy.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
And the through ball. And he's managed to get rid. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Harrison gets it clear. And that will be it. perfect result, perfect outcome, a test passed with... Well, the premise of the tournament is simple. Every team, of course, is striving to make the latter stages. That's where they all want to be. No doubt these two harbour very similar ambitions. A good show here, absolutely crucial. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. There's the whistle, and here we go. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into his stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf. But when the goal's in front of him, he's also got that cool...
He's one on, takes a shot! It's in! A mere formality, nigh on a certainty. He is truly in the zone.
Well, he always had the measure of the keeper there. Such confidence and composure.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Mbappe delivers with whip. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Chouameni. Now it's Mbappe. He's picked his way through. Isco opts to play it back. Xavi Alonso. Now it's Rodrigo. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And it's Griezmann. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. A header! It's there! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Lyon are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
We're looking at a very different game now.
Oh, he's been caught napping! Bale! That is special! Gareth Bale! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. Gorgeous, just gorgeous.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps his foot round the ball so effortlessly. Amazing.
A case now of complete control.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Alaba. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass. He's gone for goal! It's off target and by quite a way.
Well, that's a sign that he clearly feels the need to take it upon himself to try and get his side back into this.
Now, this could be a chance. Isco is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Great defending, strong and determined. Isco. Time perhaps for one last twist before half-time. Tries to play it through. Chips it through. Tries a shot! And somehow he's managed to miss it.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. Should have put his foot right through it.
It's not an especially good pass, that. Koundé, Xavi Alonso, Modric. Now it's Griezmann. Carvajal. Now he's got space here.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled. That's just playing it safe and simple.
And there is the half-time whistle. Well, who would have thought it? A huge chasm between the two teams already, and it might grow even wider in this second half. And that's the start of another 45 minutes. So, 45 minutes to turn it round. And this is Bale. And it's Modric. Bale. That's the keeper's ball. And they can counter here. Alaba kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. That's a sharp pass. Brahim Diaz. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Griezmann. That's good play. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Threads one in. Modric was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Rodrigo, he's found a way through. And the finish! It's a goal! It could be a lifeline! 2 more needed! That was easy, almost too easy.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. A killer pass, perfectly delivered.
So is this the start of a comeback?
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched.
It's Isco! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. Endrick. Howson. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Isco. And here's Mbappe. Pass somewhat off target. Looking for a runner. Xavi Alonso. That's an imaginative pass. Oh, super find. And he thumps it clear. And he's there to retrieve it. Isco. Griezmann. Xavi Alonso. Taken back almost at once. Xavi Alonso. That's a lovely, neat pass. Oh, that's a key interception. And it's Bale. Brahim Diaz. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, that's well spotted. Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. And now they can clear their lines. Ball's out, it'll be a throw-in again. Takes a shot! And that is the last effort of the game. Well, here is a defeat that may hit them hard, and you can sense that all around us. So it is that time again. Every team looks to write its own special script. Moments like this are to be savoured. Hopes are high. A good start. That is what they all want. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So we're up and running.
Well, just when you think you've got Eden Hazard, Peter, he opens up another box of tricks entirely.
And that's the thrill about him, isn't it? Every time you come and watch him play, he seems to come up with more and more surprises.
Well, I mean, that's the key to the job, isn't it? Find a different way of doing the same thing, and that he basically excels at. He's fantastic. Once he comes inside, anything is possible.
Oh, that's well spotted. Goulet, Camavinga. Out of play for a throw. Oh, this looks sharp. Rodrigo. Threads one in. Great work on the overlap. Rodrigo. Harrison wins the duel this time. And it's Diaz. No, he wasn't going to be fooled.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And he was alert to it.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Lovely pass, but can he get there?
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Madrid have got it back and they'll have another go. Oh, what a ball! And Mbappe! They've scored! Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass, and that pretty much did it.
A 1-0 lead established.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
He's shifting through the gears here. Howson deals with that comfortably. Now, what about a counter-attack? Well, that's beautifully weighted. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Guti proves just a little bit too strong.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Chouameni. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, shooting shot! And it's hit the woodwork and out! Bellingham.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. Chouameni is herring after that one. Well, they've got it again. Aimed beyond the defence. Tries to pass it through. There's the whistle for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because, in truth, they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
It's not easy being down in situations like this. I know it's an overused term, but you really have to play with courage. Be brave, and let's see where it gets you. You might just get lucky because of it.
Camavinga is being told in no uncertain terms that this will be his final warning.
Well, I think the referee would have told him to rate it in or suffer the consequences.
Eder Militao is there and he can get that clear. And he's been shifted off it. Oh, super ball! Takes a shot! It's anyone's ball now. That's really well cleared. That's going to go a long way. Looking for the run. And he's worked it through. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Chance for a shot! There's a goal! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
Madrid grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Who saw this coming? What an enthralling contest. What a wonderful contest. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And here's Brahim Diaz. And on the finish! Oh, it's come off the upright. Danger averted for now.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
That is ended up in no man's land. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And here's Rodrigo. And here's Brahim Diaz. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Oh, that's fabulous. Desperate defending required here. They've played it short. And it's made its way. Shoots! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Eder Militao. And it's Valverde. Tries a shot! 90 minutes up, and we will be back for extra time.
Well, there was very little between the sides all the way through, so extra time is the correct next step.
So a brief breather, and then extra time. Into extra time we go. Bellingham. It's Camavinga. Valverde has created one goal already. Eder Militao cuts out the pass. Rudiger. Shot a goal! Oh, what about that? And that has raised the roof! As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the finishing touch.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Madrid go into the lead. Oh, it rattles the bar! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Alaba could easily have kept that down. He shouldn't have brought the crossbar into play.
And that is a little undercooked. Now it's Hazard. Eder Militao, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Oh, he's got that all wrong, and it's a penalty. Madrid have themselves a chance from the spot. So this to extend their lead. Oh, brilliant stop from Courtois! And he has failed from the spot, and the whistle goes. Well, what a comeback. Certainly I didn't see that coming, nor I think did many in this crowd. Well, both teams have run themselves into the ground out there. Does anyone have one last moment of magic in them? And we're off for the final time. This has been enthralling. So what do the last 15 minutes have left? And it's been taken short. Madrid are looking to go forward now. Looking to play him in, and that could set him on his way. Bellingham. He's had a shot! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
I think he did really well to get the shot away, to be honest, given how much pressure he was under at the time.
Madrid, moments now away from seeing this one out. No luck with that dink over the top.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
And time is up. Madrid can celebrate now. They have exactly what they... Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. Well, we're on the way. Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. So I wonder, Jim, what is in today's show?
Well, plenty, we hope.
And the shot! Goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
So smooth. Batistuta, big chance! It's hit the upright. Neymar. The less said about that pass, the better. Scholes. This looks sharp. DiMarco gets across to intercept that. Gakpo, and he's lost his man here. Good ball, it's Neymar! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And this is Scholes. He's one-on-one. Can he finish? That is decidedly lacking.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Watford are very much in charge here, dominating possession and a goal to the good. Hakimi. Watford do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy making the runs beyond that defence.
That's a tried and tested formula, OK, but very demanding too.
Well, you need your boys up front to work extremely hard, and you need to get the passing right as well, of course.
Back into the middle. Searching pass he's played there. And no, that was never going to make it. Xavi Alonso has a look and plays it forward. And it's made its way to him. Oh no, what has happened here? Well, that's not the cross he had in mind. That's a good ball. Well, that's pretty clear. It is a foul. The ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
Szoboszlai is behind this one. So a genuine chance to... Szoboszlai! Superb from Szoboszlai! A finish of true class! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. A true beauty of a goal, so brilliantly executed.
Well, he made it look effortless, clearly a training ground perfectionist.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
Neymar. Thuram wins the duel this time. And he's intervened well there. Xavi Alonso. And Madueke. Now it's Scholes. Now it's Szoboszlai. And the whistle goes for half-time. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Watford in control at half-time, 2-0. And we're already back up and running after half-time. Now it's Gakpo. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Knocks it into space. Rijkaard. And here's the chance to counter. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Out to the right. That's a shade optimistic. And he's gone looking for safety. Neymar. Now it's Gakpo. No, that's been intercepted. Now it's Szoboszlai, and he was quick to react. Xavi Alonso, And it's Neymar. Gakpo. Gakpo showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Oh, super ball! Chance, surely! They want to be quick to recover this. Kokchu. Konate. Cannavaro did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. And it's Neymar. Szoboszlai plays a sharp little ball here. No, it's come to nothing. Hakimi. And it's Xavi Alonso. Neymar. Now it's Gakpo. Out to the left it goes.
Look, this is so frustrating. Passing without any end product is just passing time.
Ambitious ball here. David Villa! And it's there! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
3-0 and things are... And the finish! He scores! It is no contest. It is a landslide. That is lovely, finished with amazing expertise.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
Watford are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, and we're done. So a real showpiece win. This lot was simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. There's the whistle, and here we go. Xabi Alonso making his 100th appearance here today, of course.
Yeah, something that I mentioned to him in person before the match, Peter, although it took some time to register. Pretty much the same with me on my 100th game. I was more focused on winning than anything else.
And he's onside! David Villa! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Oh, he's been caught napping! Marquinhos, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Deco. Oh, it's come loose! And he can clear it away. And that's a dangerous ball. And the shot! Goal! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
A 1-0 lead established.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Now it's Batistuta. Scholes. Now it's Villa. And he's had a hit! Oh, the ball's run loose here. And it's slung out wide. Now it's Romario. Excelsior ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. David Villa. This is promising. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Now this could be a chance. He's having a shot! It's in! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! You don't keep those out. He knew, he just knew.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
So that's 2 now without... Shot a goal! In he goes again! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager...
And Romario! No, he's missed it. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Neymar, he's found a way through. And he's quick to snatch it back. Oh, shooting chance! It's in! They're back within reach! There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
So, just a consolation, or is there a way back from here? Now it's Szoboszlai. Oh, that's well spotted. Couldn't squeeze it through. Szoboszlai. Can he finish? He's scored! And they are pulling clear here.
Oh, he did so well to hold his run and stay onside, Peter.
And the first half is done.
Well, I certainly wasn't expecting this, Peter, but it was totally deserved. They've been very, very good, and they'll be itching to get back out there and take it on further.
Really has been an astonishing game, peppered with goals. You cannot help feeling that the second half will supply more. And we are already promptly back underway. Now it's Villa. And it's Messi. And here's Romario. Now that's well seen too. Messi. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Scholes is always looking to break lines. And here's Soboslai. Has a shot! Superb from Soboslai! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And there's your hat-trick hero. He is simply indefatigable. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
Well, you had to fancy him, Peter. He seems to be growing in stature with every goal.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So we're up and running. Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. So I wonder, Jim, what is in today's show?
Well, plenty, we hope, Peter. Being the kind of player who likes to take it upon himself to win, whether it's his vision and creativity or being more direct in providing a threat up front, we're bound to see something special, I hope.
Because we always have in the past.
Indeed.
Now it's Villa. He is starved of space and time. Pass somewhat off target. Nuno Mendes. Soboslai gets across and deals with it. Howson. Locatelli. For Xavi Alonso. Nicely aimed pass. Darmian cuts out the pass.
Well, neither defence has had a wake-up call yet, because neither attack has turned up.
Nuno Mendes, and he's worked it through. Big header! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
Well, the manager clearly has to react to this and tactically change what's happening. It's too easy for them to get in.
And it's Neymar. Now it's Raul. And he's intervened well there. Scholes is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Donatoni. Raul.
That was lovely, that.
Zanetti deals with that comfortably. And it's Soboslai. Scholes. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Soboslai. Soboslai! Superb from Soboslai! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Ah, that's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
Real chance! It is a fantastic goal! That is a gem! An absolute gem! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments!
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
It's the stuff you work on the training ground time and time again, and it came off.
Borussia Dortmund grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop. Just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
There's the whistle for half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half. The second half then, just getting going. David Villa. Aimed beyond the defence. And here's Neymar. There's the shot! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! And the comeback is complete. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Hakimi.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Locatelli cuts it out.
Unless they can devise a quick counter-attacking plan, they're going to need to see much more of this ball.
Now it's Villa. Can he get on the end of this? And the shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And we have our very first corner.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
It's Neymar! Now that's well seen too. Well, it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Oh, that was vital.
Borussia Dortmund surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Donatoni. Now it's Neymar. He's on it. Can he get away? Nicely weighted ball. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Cannavaro. A probing pass. And he cuts out the supply. Watford are in dire need of a breakthrough. Can they?
All they need is one big chance, and it may do the trick.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Goes for goal! Off the post!
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Hakimi. That's that, the end. Watford pleasingly clever on the ball. They had their moments, but ultimately they take away. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. We are, of course, at the future Nou Camp. Given a new look after 4 years of renovations, it is bigger, better, and ever more beautiful. There's the whistle, and here we go.
Frank Rijkaard can really make his presence felt. A superb defender who became an iconic midfield anchorman.
And what's more, a remarkably good strike rate, actually.
Very true. Just another level of his expertise, Peter, but his reading of the game, for me, is masterful.
Stood up well to him there. Now it's Batistuta. Watford do have a chance to counter here. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Batistuta showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And he's managed to get free. That's really well cleared. Can he get it through? And that has left him in a heap. Nicely shaped ball. It's played through for him. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Buriram United ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. Now it's Torres. And they're back on the ball again.
It's not the game we were hoping for, Peter. I think both of these keepers could text about their respective uninvolvement.
Good ball, good take. Cleared without hesitation. Watford have it back and can go again. Passes short and sharp. Scholes. Batistuta. Searching pass he's played there. And he's there to clear it. And that is as far as they're going to go. And here's goes for goal! It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
We'll simply have to tip his hat to the keeper here because that was a magnificent save.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Now it's Batistuta. And here's Soboslai. Nicely weighted ball. He has found the way through. Crunching tackle. Cannavaro did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Now it's Villa. Plays a sharp little ball here. Van der Vaart. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, simply put, Peter, they haven't been good enough to trouble the opposition. They need to play with more courage in the second half. And a lot more intent.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. There's the start of the second half.
Well, I suppose from a defensive...
It's Son Heung-min! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And we have our very first corner. Cleared away. And it's Thuram. Now it's Szoboszlai. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Played back in. Sané, of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability. Watford do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
Van der Vaart. He really is being given no time to think on the ball now.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so...
Van der Vaart! Another save.
Another cracking save from the keeper, Peter. He's playing a blinder.
So here comes a substitution. Van der Vaart plays it short. Chance, surely! Luke, in he goes again. Whistle's gone and the referee has given a penalty. Watford really could have done without this. This to go one up. And he's buried it, 1-0. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
Yeah, the keeper was trying to make him think that he was going to dive one way here. Could have just held a little longer.
Buriram United have taken the lead.
And talk about the perfect time to score. The manager's giving nothing away, but he'll be thrilled inside.
And here's Owen. Szoboszlai.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Rijkaard deals with that comfortably.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And he plays one through. Cannavaro. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, considering they're only one down, they're closer to conceding a second than scoring a leveller.
75 minutes played. Rijkaard. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Baresi. And this is Son Heung-min. He's been side down. Is that a penalty? No, the referee's judged that the offence took place outside the area. And that's going to be a booking.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
He'll fancy himself from here.
Well, I think they could do with making this count, especially from here.
Pele! Oh, this time surely! Oh, taken with style! Do not write them off! Back they come! And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, at this stage, Peter, it's going to come down to how badly they want to win this.
That's a little off target. And it's Fernando Torres. Son Heung-min. It's Son Heung-min! Oh, what about that? And that may just do it! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Having turned the game on its head, now can they hold out?
There's still a bit left in it, Peter, but they should find the necessary to avoid a slip-up now.
Deep into stoppage time. And that will be the final act. Watford have done it with iron, with pragmatism, the sort you expect from a team like... Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. There's the whistle. This is the lineup we've been given. How do you read it, Jim?
Well, the modern version of that is a lot more...
Stojkovic! Oh, crossbar! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Oh, maybe it was one of those moments when he just caught it too well.
And it's Ronaldinho.
Well, Peter, I reckon Dragan Stojkovic will be important here.
Yeah, he's not the biggest necessarily, Jim, I suppose, but he is a multi-dimensional player.
Yeah, I think he'll have a busy time going past opponents. I think he has a great ability to play anywhere across the front line and deliver key passes at the right moments. So that makes him stand out.
And his tendency is, of course, as his coaches have said, to keep things simple. Decent chance! This time, surely! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Stojkovic plays it short. And now a sudden chance to counter. Ronaldinho. Watford finding their passes. And that's a dangerous... Real chance! Oh, special! That is a special goal! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! The breakthrough strike! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Watford have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Now it's Batistuta. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Scholes. Passing is crisp and sharp. Ronaldinho, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Well read, nice interception. De Jong. Now it's Haaland. He's away! Haaland. Oh, look at... Shot a goal! It's there! They have come roaring back!
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
No way through. Soboslai. And this is Batistuta. Stojkovic. It's a really well-measured ball. Not the most accurate pass. Now it's Torres. Well, they've got it again. Batistuta. Chance, surely! Goal! Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting. And we hit half-time. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it. Caution certainly not on the agenda here, from both sides.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
Watford. And he shoots! He scores! And there's the goal they've been looking for. The invitation was clear and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Well, from a defensive perspective, Peter, that's a really poor one to give away. Yes, the movement was very good, but the defence made it way too easy.
Watford go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
Well, this is nothing less than they deserve, Peter. They're in the driving seat now.
Stojkovic. Oh, easy pickings there. Tries to play it through. And there's green grass ahead of him. Engages and forces him off the ball. A probing pass. And they're not going to make any further progress now. And here's Haaland. Oh, good spread. Batistuta. Stojkovic. And here's Semenyo. Erdegaard. Oh, what? He's having a shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
So, third corner of the game. Here's the header!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
De Jong. And it's going to be another corner. So their fourth corner of the game. And he's taking no chances there. Watford are looking to go forward now.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
De Jong cuts a frustrated figure right now, he just cannot get away.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
And that has left him in a heap. He's on it, can he get away? Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
No, he's had it taken off him. João Neves. And it's Ronaldinho. Just 5 minutes remaining now. Oh, this looks sharp. Haaland, he's had a shot! It's a goal! And what a climax we have here! Simplicity itself.
Haaland really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. So, time for changes on both sides, actually. We have got ourselves a game here. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
We are into overtime. He's got plenty of space out wide here. He's found a way through.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And Owen! Michael Owen! Screamer! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And that is as far as it goes. Well, don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Victory never in doubt in the mind of the mastermind in all of this. A solid win. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So it's away we go then. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk. He's just about unbeatable in every department, Peter. He's strong, he's quick, he's totally dominant in the air. And what's more, he seems to really love a tussle. His passing's good too, and he never seems to lose it in important areas. I'd expect this team to notch up a lot of clean sheets with him on board.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. Ball's out once more. And this is Batistu on the finish! He's delivered all right!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Oh, that is a sweet finish, gorgeously controlled and ruthlessly dispatched.
Speed of thought, speed of action. That's another really clever finish.
Al Hilal face to face with the keeper. Batistuta! He's got a goal! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Oh, he certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. And the referee has shown him a yellow card.
Well, if he's serious about trying from this range, I think he must feel he can generate the power. Big ask.
Oh, smart save. He had plenty to do.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
And that has been cut short. Batistuta. Watford do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy making the runs beyond that defence.
That's a tried and tested formula, OK, but very demanding too.
Well, you need your boys up front to work extremely hard, and you need to get the passing right as well, of course.
Now it's Villa. Van Dijk gets over and intercepts. Can he get on the end of this? And they're back on the ball again. Now it's Batistuta. And claimed it back swiftly. Threads one in. Oh, super ball! There's the shot! Batistuta might just make this. Harrison spots it and intercepts. And he's managed to get free. Kukcu. Van Dijk. And Donadoni. Puskas. And there's the end of the first half. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, Peter, at 2-0, you're faced with the choice of just trying to see the match out or forcing the issue even further. I'd always be inclined to go for the latter, go for a third, especially with a full half of football still to play.
Watford sitting pretty here at half-time, 2-0 up. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. Shot at goal! It's in! And the second half is off to a flyer! That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing. Having the composure to score is another.
Al Hilal get themselves back into contention.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Rodrigo! Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Son Heung-min. Son Heung-min is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Oh, just skips past his shapes to shoot! A wonderful effort all by himself.
Szoboszlai certainly looked like he fancied himself to pull that off. A bit more composure and it would have been a different story, Peter.
Watford are looking pretty rattled at the moment, Jim.
There's no doubt about that, Peter. It looks like they've had the proverbial carpet swept from underneath them. And it's amazing how much one goal can change things.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to make any prediction on this right now. Rodrigo. Watford perhaps contemplating their next change here. A lot of space. Chance! Danger averted for now. Ambitious ball here. Well, it looked that could spell trouble. And Berbatov! It's in! 2 up now, and they are cruising. His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Well, my sympathies go to the keeper, who was left horribly exposed. You don't expect players to switch off in front of goal like that.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
The crowd are calling for this to be put to bed. There's little...
Oh, shooting chance! Just cruising! They are cruising! And the lead is extended still further. One sweeping move, and that's it. So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. And we're underway.
Well, Xabi Alonso is the standout. He'll be looking to set the tempo and dictate the play here, Peter.
He is so integral to this team, isn't he?
Yeah, he has the quarterback influence on a team so that as soon as he gets on the ball, everyone starts making runs. He's a master passer and a beautiful manipulator of the ball.
And reclaimed it in a trice. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Oh, easy pickings there. Szoboszlai. Scholes. Szoboszlai. He's through, now is he in? Oh, he's been caught. And Batistuta! There it is! And that is goal number 20. And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
Germany finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Can he get it through? Germany look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible.
Zanetti promptly onto that, and that is that. Xabi Alonso. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Shoots! It's hit the upright. Goal! And they're at it again in double quick time. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Watford are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
David Villa unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Batistuta, it's run loose here. Now it's Neymar.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Another pass just keeps it ticking over.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Oh, that's David Villa! It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Germany have it back and can go again. Xabi Alonso. They're back in possession and ready to go again. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Watford are heading into the break, very happy with how it's gone so far. Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Deserved a better ball there. He's right to be disappointed.
David Villa receives it in a good position here. Forlan. Threads one in. And he's cut it out. Oh, that's fabulous. This might... Can he finish? He has done it! And the second half is off to a flyer. Just gorgeous. The most glorious, delicious of touches, followed up with an unerring finish.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very neat and tidy.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
That's just as the manager would have seen it. An impact sub.
Face to face. It's Raul! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
And the defence was completely beaten then. Exploiting that space in behind has proven very effective for them in this game. It's good stuff.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. And here's Owen. And it's Davids. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped. They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Oh, that is superb. A dangerous moment, perfectly dealt with.
That is superb defensive work. The one man who had to be on top of his game, and he was.
Now it's Forlan. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Joelinton. Xavi Alonso. Well, Jim, it is abundantly clear that the tone of this game has changed. Tries a shot! Oh, taken with style! Germany are all square! That was fabulous. The most adept of touches, the smoothest of finishes.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
We have ourselves a real game here.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Passing is crisp and sharp. And this is Owen. And can he finish? And he hits the net. Into the lead once more. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Owen demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
And this is Raul.
Germany really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Oh, played through for the wide man. Pele, and this is... And he shoots! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Confirmation that there will be 4 minutes stoppage time. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. What a game, what a show. Both sides... The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. And we're underway. Oliver Kahn, a huge man with a huge presence and a big, big voice in the game.
And big in intensity too. Such a fierce competitor. Put a foot wrong and he'll be sure to let you know about it.
Well, he just commands respect, doesn't he? Respect of everyone, teammate and opponents alike.
Yeah, and he'll be setting the highest of standards out there, and he expects them to be met. No rest for that defence.
He steps in, and that's the end of that. Zanetti. Davids. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And that's gone loose. Schlotterbeck gets across to intercept that. Casemiro, well timed, excellent interception. Now it's Batistuta. David Villa, big chance! It's hit the upright. Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Oh, that's just unfortunate. Really, really unfortunate.
He's given the time to pick a pass. Now it's Batistuta. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. Well, this is worrying. He is not the sort of player who tends to stay down.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
This certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range. A real opportunity here from a position of great potential. Summerslide! Oh, lots on that one, but he couldn't find the target. Darmian. Mbappe. Nicely weighted ball. Bruno Fernandes receives it in a good position here. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. Madrid with the corner, they're first. Goes without saying, that was poor. And now a sudden chance to counter. A poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. Oh, he's onto this. That's a decent clearance. He ran himself into trouble there, free kick given away. David Villa did incur the wrath of the referee and has earned himself a booking in the process. And he's had it nicked away. Now it's Batistuta. And the shot's on here. And he's on his way. And he's heaved it away. Watford have reclaimed it. And it's Szoboszlai. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And this is Batistuta. This might decent chance! And it's a goal! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Oh, look at the manager here. He's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
So we have the first goal.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
And he plays one through. And he's surging through. Shot a goal! And it's hit the woodwork and out! And the cutback, and the finish! That's going to go a long way. And Batistuta! Lingered over it, and the chance to counter had gone.
Look, if they're going to counter, it has to be pacier and much more decisive.
Now he's off and running. Pinches it off him. And the half-time whistle goes. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, I think the scoreline offers a fair reflection of the level of endeavour from both teams. I think they lead because they did most of the probing. A little more penetration, I think, should help them get the job done.
Watford go in at half-time with a slender one-goal lead. And we are already promptly back underway.
Well, it's been tight, Peter, but I'm expecting things to open up now and we get some...
Takes a shot! It's there! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser!
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another. Yeah, and he did well not to stray.
And the shot! And it's in! And again they hit the front. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
That's just as the manager would have seen it. An impact sub.
Watford get themselves into the lead. Szoboszlai, he's away! Just eases him off the ball. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Davids. Mbappe. And that is a little undercooked. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Watford do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Rijkaard. Now it's Pelé. That's a shade optimistic. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Tries to pass it through. Zanetti.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now. Oh, that's a cracking ball. Too quick for defence and keeper.
Oh, didn't catch it right.
Well, at least that improves their tally when it comes to shots on goal, but they have to start doing a lot better.
Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Szoboszlai. Bruno Fernandes. That's a lovely, neat pass.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Schlotterbeck promptly onto that, and that is that. Now, can they get him away?
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Watford needed that. They really needed it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
And time is up. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football, a real ride that had all of us.